In this video, I'm going to explain selling history page process. So when if a user wants to get selling history from 11 to 8 to 11 to 14, we can go to calendar component and click here 8 or 9 and 2 here 14 and click search. We will get routed to the selling history page and we get products that sold between 11th night and 11/14, November 9th and November 14th. In here we can search by the invoice ID like this, or you can search it by date. So in this date 11/40 we don't have any sold products, and here also we can change the product pending status whether it is packing. We can change it to dispatch, and we can change at the end shipping and then deliver like that. Now I will show you the code. So inside selling history.php, I'm going to get the parameters. So let's go to the admin panel. So in here, inside search, I'm in daily settings. So if we go to daily setting function, in here I'm going to get from date input and to date input, these two inputs, and then I'm going to get this I'm going to get this anchor tag and using and assign to this history link. So history link.href, I want to go to selling history.php and I want to send from date.value and to date.value do a URL binding to field. So then I'm going to catch these two values in here. So if this f exists, then assign this f variable to from date. If t exists, assign this t variable to date. Then we have here page numbers, and then here if from date is equal to the current date, this product date. So in here using fetch assoc, I got this product data, and then I'm going to get that product date. So using export, I'm going to get separate product the date and the time, and then it's going to be an array. So in split date 0th element we have the date. So I'm checking if date is equal to date, show this information, else if from date is empty, else if both dates are not empty, show these results. If it is empty, then I'm going to show this. So in here, if we go to the search by invoice, I have given on key up event. So when the user press on the key and release it, it will invoke this function. So search invoice function. So if we go to search invoice, I'm going to get the value from this input variable, and then assign it to this txt, and then I'm going to send this do URL binding to the search invoice process.php, and then if we go to that file, in here I'm checking whether this exists, this txt this variable exists. So if it is exists, I'm going to assign this to invoice ID, and then I'm going to search everything from invoice where ID is equal to invoice ID, and then get the number of rows. So if the invoice number is equal to 1, and then fetch the data, I'm going to send this show this product here. I'm going to send this to the front end, so it's going to catch here. So if you go to the view area in that history.php, so in here inside this ID I'm going to in here. So I'm going to get this div element, and then using inner.html I want to assign all the response to this div element. And like that, when I give a ID, I will get that information about that ID. So then we want to change the status, the delivery status of the product. So the user can click on, so if the status is equal to 0, that means show the confirm order. If it is equal to 1, packing, 2, dispatch, 3, shopping, 4, delivery. So when the user click here, this button change invoice function will be invoked. So if we go to change invoice function in here, what I'm doing is again send in change invoice status process. I'm going to send this ID, the product ID, and bind this to this change invoice status process.php file. So if we go to that file, inside here I'm checking whether this ID exists. This variable exists assigned as invoice ID, and then search the invoice using this invoice ID, and then I'm going to get the status. So if the status ID is equal to 0, I'm going to update invoice set status 1, where ID is equal to invoice ID. If new status is, then assign the new status to 1. So status new status to 1. So if the status is equal to 1, that means we are in the packing status. So if status is equal to 1, then I'm going to change the status to which is the dispatch. So like that I'm changing the status of the product. So this is all for this video. Thank you for watching.